If you've ever shot a video and you need to remember lines, then you know how annoying it is when you can't remember your lines. Not only that, but every time you have to restart a shoot because you have the memory span of a goldfish, the more time you have to spend in editing and post-production. Now, there are plenty of things you can use to prompt yourself, like keeping notes, cue cards, setting up your phone next to your camera, but they all have the same drawback, and that is you can't look at the camera while you're shooting. So when you're looking at the script, you're off looking to the side here, and nobody likes seeing that. What you really need is a teleprompter. But if you try to go out and buy even a cheap tablet teleprompter, you're talking 100, 200 bucks. And if it even goes up even higher from there. There's even some high-end ones for like 20, 300 bucks. If only there was a way to make one yourself. All right, so I'm sure you've already seen the thumbnail. You already know that's exactly what I did. And I'm here to tell you, it works pretty good. And to be 100% honest, you know, when I set out to make this teleprompter, I knew it would work, but I can honestly say I didn't know it would work this well. Also, the best part, the total cost to make this teleprompter was literally $0. And I'm not joking. Everything I used to make this, I found either laying around the house, in the basement. You know, I already had a tablet, which I'm sure most of you do too. And then, you know, other than $0, I'm assuming it'll take you around 45 minutes to complete this. So let's get into it. The first thing I needed to find was a piece of glass. So I knew the size of my tablet, so I needed to find a piece of glass that was just bigger than the screen of my tablet. So I searched around my basement until I found this old picture that I got from a Harley Davidson dealership when I bought my Harley Davidson that I once had. So I took all the sweet pics out, and then I grabbed just the glass itself and got rid of the frame. And I was going to use this glass now as my beam splitter glass. So in a real teleprompter, you have glass called beam splitter glass, which is treated on one side so you don't get a ghosting effect that you're going to get from just a regular piece of glass. But I will say that it's not as bad as it could be. So when you're looking for a picture frame, look for something thinner, because the thinner your glass, the less severe your ghosting is going to be, which then translates into a much better image. The next thing I did is I went and grabbed my tablet and pulled a measuring tape on it just so I can make sure that the dimensions that I thought it was were correct, because the frame that I'm going to need to build next needs to hold both the glass and my tablet. And I needed to hold the glass snugly, and I needed to be able to support the tablet underneath it. So I needed to know the size of both the tablet and the glass in order to make my frame the correct size. The next step in my process was to get my base cut out. So I wanted to get my base cut out because other than the glass, your base is going to be the most important part of this whole design, because everything is built off the base. To draw out my base, I simply just set my glass on my cardboard that I was going to use, and I traced around the edges. And then I also made sure to measure the thickness of my cardboard, and on either side of where my frame was going to be mounted, I set an offset to that width, which ended up being about 3 millimeters, so that when I placed my cardboard edges on, I knew that the edges of my glass would fit snugly between them without the glass trying to push my cardboard sides out. After my base was cut out, the next thing I wanted to do was get my wall height measured. So I know that I need the glass at a 45-degree angle so that when the tablet's sitting underneath it, it reflects the image out at a 90-degree angle. So in order to figure out how to maintain a 45-degree angle, I got my speed square out and set it on my base and measured how high the glass was when it was at a 45-degree angle. This in turn would tell me how high I need to make my walls, so when I slid the piece of glass in, as long as the top of the glass was even with the top of my walls, I knew that the pane was at a 45-degree angle and the reflection would be presented correctly. After cutting my sides out at the height that we figured out earlier, using the glass at a 45-degree angle and the length that we got from the base we already had, I now wanted to get them glued in position. So I wanted the sides to be at as close to a perfect right angle as I could get. So I got my speed square out again and kind of used it as a support to help hold the sides as the hot glue dried. Next on the agenda was to find out exactly where my glass was going to need to sit, because I need to hold the glass and my tablet, but I need to find a way to locate the glass after I have it in the position I want it. So I kind of messed around until I found exactly where the glass could be, with leaving enough space to support it and fitting my tablet underneath it. Once I found a position I was happy with, I made sure to measure both ends to make sure that the glass was square within the frame. Then I just grabbed a pencil and marked the edge of the glass, so when I take the glass out, I know where to place my locators that I'm going to use to ensure the glass is at its 45-degree angle. To locate the glass, I decided to use some 1-inch squares that I'm going to cut into 1-inch gussets. And I'm going to do this on the bottom and the top. The top's not really going to help much for support, but on the bottom, the gussets are also going to help to give the glass a backstop and also give the sides a little bit more rigidity. The top side is just going to kind of keep the glass from wanting to fall out of the front of the teleprompter. I took those gussets now and I positioned them just behind the line we drew earlier, the line that we made using the backside of the glass after we had the position we wanted it in. Now these gussets are going to add a little bit of stability to our sidewalls to keep them from wanting to fall over. Also, when we slide our glass in now, when we butt the back of the glass up against those gussets and the top of the glass is now even with our sidewalls, we know that we are at that 45-degree angle that we've been looking for. Now it was time to make the top of our prompter, the roof, so you should say. Now to make the roof, we did it the same way as we did the base, except for the front side of the roof, or the top of this teleprompter, is going to be a hair short so that we can slide the glass in and get it into position once this is fully constructed. And you don't have to leave it that short. I mean, I left mine just, I think, a little bigger than the width of the glass, so I think it was like around 3 millimeters, 3.5 millimeters. After you have that cut out to the size you need, make sure to glue the top of your walls and then position it so the back of the roof is flush with the back side of the walls, so you have the gap that you're created, since it's now shorter than your base, towards the front. Now we got the roof on, I flipped over my frame and I'm going to now mount these gussets in the front side. So I'm going to mount them even with the front side of the wall, and I'm going to still have the gap between the gusset and the roof, which I'm going to use to slide in my pane of glass. This is how you get your glass installed after you have everything put together. So you're just going to slide it in between the gap and those front gussets we installed, and then push the back till it butts up against the ones we installed in the rear, and then your glass is going to be at that perfect 45-degree angle. We now have the basic construction for our teleprompter put together, but now we need to figure out how we're going to support our tablet, because we can't just let it sit on cardboard. That's not going to fly. And we need to find a way to connect it to our tripod. So I busted out my old drone that I've had sitting in my basement for a long time. And I'm going to use the carbon fiber booms as supports for my tablet. And then I'm going to use what's basically the frame of the drone, that center circle hub, as a support that I'm going to use to mount it on my tripod. We're now looking at the bottom side of the teleprompter, and you can see that I took that center hub frame that we were looking at earlier and I glued it to the back center of my teleprompter. And then I took the carbon fiber booms and kind of set them up in a V pattern and screwed them through the hub, and then hot glued the whole rod to the bottom of the teleprompter. And that's going to provide the support we need to hold our tablet. And then you see I cut a notch out of the whole thing on the back side, and that notch is the width of my tripod neck, and that's going to hold this assembly onto my tripod. The last few things I did to dress it up was I covered the outside of it with black duct tape, both to make it not look like a cardboard box and to add a little bit more support to the outside of the box frame. I painted the inside with a matte black paint to reduce glare, and I covered the back with a old cut up shirt that I found. So I just cut off a piece of shirt and hung it off the back, and this is going to block any light from passing through when I'm using it. So to install my teleprompter, it just slides around the neck of my tripod, and through friction alone it's held in place. I can then slide my tablet onto the front shelf and square it up to the glass, and it presents the image 90 degrees out from the tablet to my eyes, which makes it easy to see. And the camera is then mounted, directly behind the glass looking through it. You throw down the back cover and it creates a black void. You don't get any glare, and you can read all the words that you pre-prepared off your new teleprompter. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you're able to find all the materials you need to build this teleprompter. And as someone that just now started using one, I'm here to tell you that it makes shooting videos 10 times easier and quicker. So if you liked the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Thumbs down if you didn't. Also, make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss any future videos. Oh, lastly, have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next one.